Here with my friend Sam Rodriguez, who's the president of the National Hispanic Christian Leadership Conference. Sam, it's great to have you here at the ERLC.
Thank you for having me.
And I just want to ask you, what are, in your mind, the biggest misconceptions that perhaps white evangelicals have about the Hispanic evangelical population in the United States?
That it is still at the initial tier of emerging as it pertains to its both vertical and horizontal impact regarding the church. It's no longer emerging. Arguably, the community has, quote, emerged. We oversee 40,118 churches here in America, but we oversee close to 500,000 around the world. There's a Time magazine article that's maybe coming out soon describing us as the largest evangelical organization in the world. It is a powerful movement globally, but here in the States. Misperceptions or misconceptions or ideas that are just misinformed regarding the community. One, it's not this liberal bastion as it pertains to our political optics. It is a community that is committed to Christ, committed to biblical orthodoxy. As a matter of fact, they repudiate the watering down of the gospel or anything that is heretical, anything that deviates from the Nicene Creed, the biblical mores that we hold near and dear. It is pro-life. It elevates family and marriage. We are the community of La Familia.
Right.
The difference is that the way that I describe the community, we are the convergence of Billy Graham's message with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s march. You put that in a blender and you put salsa sauce on top. You have a Hispanic evangelical.
So as you're advising pastors and church leaders and they're thinking through their strategy, especially when they're thinking through racial reconciliation and diversity, intentional steps to create diversity, how would you advise them?
One, it is relational. It's the heart. Let's talk about the heart, the head, and the hand. And then you're going to have to contextualize, ethno-cultural contextualization. Western European, primarily head, cognitive. Spain, which is part of the Western European motif, comes along and instills within its expansionist idea the heart. We are people of the heart, corazón. So when you speak to the Latino, you have to speak not just to the head, but to the heart, the affective domain. So pastors are reaching out to this community. You could have the most wonderful sermon outline, marriage series, how to raise kids, biblical truth ideas. But if it doesn't connect at an affective level, you're going to miss the community. So how do you engage the emotional, the affective domain? You do that by sitting down with them, sharing a cup of coffee, celebrating the quinceañera, the 15-year-old, the 16-year-old. It sounds a little bit naivete. There's a party or a fiesta thread embedded in the community. And it's not about that we're party people. We are people that love to continuously validate one another. There's constant affirmation, this environment of koinonia, of fraternity, of fellowship. That's the best way you can reach. A pastor asked me once, I want to start a brand new church expansion program for Hispanics in my community. We're in Alabama. We have an incredible amount of immigrants that have migrated to the city, and there's not a Hispanic work, an evangelical work in the region. What do? I said, start a carne asada, which means a Hispanic barbecue.
Wow.
Invite them over.
Yeah.
Engage them, be it through food, through family, through faith. Food, family, and faith, man. Food, the 3 Fs. Food, family, and faith. You do that, you're going to grow your Hispanic constituency.
I think a lot of people might think this kind of ministry is, maybe they overthink it or think it's so difficult. And you're saying simple biblical hospitality is a gateway into their
It's the book of Acts. It's the book of Acts. It's biblical hospitality. It's opening your doors. It's patting someone on the back. It's telling them, I'm glad you're here. It's providing, language-specific programs in the church. How about this? How about starting English acquisition courses at First Baptist, where you are able to provide a service for the community. The church, in my opinion, should be the primary facilitative entity or platform for integration into the canopy of the American experience. Why not the church be in the forefront? Let's provide ESO courses. Let's provide family courses. Let's help you learn English for free at the church. Come on down. And that right there serves as a portal for engagement. So it is hospitality. It is the book of Acts. And even back in the Gospels, it's the fishes and the bread. You address the need of the community in order to transmit the gospel of Christ.
What are some things that you would encourage churches in terms of welcoming immigrants into their churches? I know a lot of churches are thinking through how do we become a welcoming place for those who have come here seeking refuge, seeking a better life. What would you say?
But do away with the political rhetoric out there that has so inflamed not only the political debate on immigration reform, but it stands as a deterrent to evangelism. It really does. We need to do away with the politics. Let Uncle Sam and Congress deal with immigration reform. Let the church stand up and say, our job is not to enforce immigration laws. Our job is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Don't let that become a
Oh,
barrier.
never. So my optics, what guides me when I wake up in the morning? If I wake up in the morning and I see myself primarily as white, black, brown, or yellow, Republican or Democrat, I am missing biblical truth. My number one primary descriptor is not that I'm Hispanic, charismatic, or automatic. I am first and foremost a born-again child of God. I am a follower of Christ Jesus. That's my number one descriptor. I am a Christian before I am anything else. Before I am American, I'm a proud American. Before I am an American of Hispanic descent, proud of being that. But above all things, I am a Christ follower. I am a Christian. That should be our primary descriptor. And the way we treat others around us should reflect that number one moniker, that number one guiding optic that guides me and leads me.
Last question. I know one of the things you've talked about that gives you hope is that there's a lot of great growth of the gospel among the Hispanic community, and we're even seeing in the Southern Baptist Convention, our greatest growth is in minority communities.
Oh, without a doubt. The future of American evangelicalism, the future of American Christianity lies in the hands of today's immigrant community. Arguably, the future of American Christianity may very well lie in the hands of America's Hispanic community. By the year 2050, the majority of born-again Christ followers in America, Bible-believing people in America, will be of Hispanic descent.
Wow.
The future of American Christianity is in the hands of today's ethnic minorities. So we need synergy. We need to see more fusion, more convergence, more kingdom collaboration. Do away with myopia. Cultural myopia, ethnic myopia. Let's work together for the cause of Christ to see this nation once again experience a brand new awakening.
Sam Rodriguez, thank you for joining us here at the RLC. Been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.